All right, it's the MarcWes Sports Podcast back for another episode for y'all boys, and it is Florida State Week. I'm Marcus Benjamin. He's Wesley Pierre, and we're gonna talk some Dolphins. We're gonna talk some Heat as well. They were in the news. Maybe some other controversial topics we'll touch on as well.
Yep,
But
yep.
first, like I said, it's Florida State Hate Week. So yeah, man, it's the best game of the year, man. It's the best college football rivalry in my opinion. Obviously, I'm biased, but I do think it's the best rivalry compared to the other games. Even though both of the teams not ranked this season, not really, like years past, but should be a good game. Should be a tight one as usual. I think Tyler Van Dyke will be back for this game. From what I'm hearing, TVD should be back for the games. When we spoke to Mario Cristobal earlier today, he said that he's optimistic that he's been practicing this week. So I think there's a good possibility that he gives it a go. They're saying it's a game time decision, but I think they would have to be a drastic setback if he does not play. If not, we're going with the young boy, Jake Garcia, which I'm nervous about because last week he didn't really do too much. Besides the game-winning score, which could have easily threw it to Khalil Brantley, who was just chilling right there, like by himself. But he had a subpar game, only 125 yards passing. Didn't really move the ball for the Hurricanes. But what's your first thoughts about this game coming up?
My first thought is like, of course, I hate FSU and I need their ass to lose. You feel me? I don't care how we win the game, but we just need to win the game. You feel me? I hear you saying that TVD probably gonna go ahead and come back. As far as me right now with TVD, Jay Garcia, I don't know what they actually think right now. Same like with the Hurricanes, as far as with the whole season, a whole bunch of games that we lost that I felt we could have actually won, and they didn't live up to the hype, as of yet. You feel what I'm saying? But so for me, the only reason why I'm saying that we have a good chance at winning is because it's a rivalry game. We know each other, the history. Mario Cristobal won the championship over here in Miami, and this is I hear 17 recruits actually plan on going to the actual game. So we need to actually.
It's more than that, bro. It's way more than
that. My God. So yeah, man.
It's close to like 50. Like literally it's gonna be like 50 kids at this game. It's gonna be crazy. And if you want to know more about the list, go to canescounty.com. We got a full list for you of all the recruits that will be at the game.
Yeah, man. Knowing the recruits gonna be there. I just really feel like we need to put our big boy pants on right now. You feel me? That grit, that tough thing, that toughness that Mario Cristobal preach on, getting back to work. Especially after crazy ass losses this season. I think this is the game. This is the pivotal game. This is the statement game that Mario Cristobal and company need to go ahead and do. We need to get this win. You feel me? I'm not feeling no type of way about the Clemsons and everyone else. Even those losses that we did have previously, we have to win against FSU. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like high school football, but in a college state. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody know each other, and you want to be able to gloat for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? You're only in college for a certain amount of time. You feel me? A lot of these individuals go to the next level in the NFL, but for right now, college game day at Dade County, we need to whoop that ass, tap that ass, beat that ass, however we need to beat that ass. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how I'm feeling right now. TVD probably coming back is a good thing because, like you said, Jake Garcia, he had 125 yards. I know you've seen him in practice previous to the season, and he looked better. I don't know if it's because he don't have that many game reps. You know what I'm saying? That he's looking kind of shaky, or same thing like TVD. We get this new offense. He's looking kind of suspect in the beginning. We get like 2 weeks off and he looks great. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want right now. I want him to come back and be that TVD that came back when we had a disappointing loss, had a week break, bye week, and came back and looked like TVD of last year. If we can get that, then we win the game. Especially that I'm seeing the raw receivers last week. They were actually catching the damn ball. They was not looking like goots. You know what I'm saying? Besides Kobe Young, you feel me, balling like a dog, big nuts. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody else been looking kind of mediocre all season. So for me to see, even though he had 125 yards, Jake Garcia. And if you divide that up by the wide receivers, we really didn't have that many catches. But still, that shows you how hopeful I am, because we're not used to praising petty catches. You know what I'm saying? And I'm praising the petty catches right now. And with this game, it's big boy catches and game time catches. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'll need. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. I feel like the Canes going to go ahead and probably not dominate this game. It's going to be a lackluster game. Trust me. Everybody going to say it's a defensive game because people aren't scoring like that. Trust me, that's going to be the game. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be a low scoring game, like 10-13 or 13-16, something like that. But I do not see a high flying, high powered offense on both sides. We both looking kind of crazy this year, but we do know that we are rebuilding. This is really for next year. This is to show that the recruits come to FSU or come to Dade County. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you need to come to Dade County. But that's why this game is so pivotal and so important, at least for me being a fan. And, you know, it's always good when you cover the Canes when we win, because when we lose, I don't want to cover them. I don't want to edit no videos as far as the Canes. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want nobody to speak to me about them. So for me, we need to win this game because I want to go ahead and have a perfect Saturday and gradually walk into my Sunday with the almighty Tua.
Yeah, I guess the only good thing about that, in case, you know, I don't even want to put in it, I'm not even going to say it, you know, just in case it doesn't work out the way we want it to. Let me just say that. I'm not going to say the L word. If that happens, the cool thing about it is that it's at night, you know, saying it's a night game. I heard they're going to bring out the night uniform. So it's going to be those night uniforms. Yeah, the all black. Neon green, you know, it's like a new concept. It's like a new Miami Nights type of concept, you know, and I heard they're going to bring those out. So that's going to be interesting to see that happen. And I did some research. I wrote a story that I posted this morning talking about the games where Miami played Florida State at night and won. Can you guess how many times they beat Florida State at night at home in the past this century, since 2000? Just take a guess.
One.
You said one. Damn, you a little pessimistic tonight, bro. Well, they won 3 times, bro. One of those times was that De'Aaron King crazy game, 52-10, which was not last year but the year before. And then you have to go all the way back to 2004 when Frank Gore won it in overtime at the old Orange Bowl. I don't know if you remember that one. And then they played in the Orange Bowl at what was called Pro Player Park. And that's when, you know, that's that game. That's that picture behind me right there. That's when Sean Taylor was there. That's Sean Taylor right there. Bless his soul.
Rest in peace.
And Vince Wilfork was a dog in that game. And Jared Payton. Remember Jared Payton, Walter Payton's son?
Yeah.
He was a dog in that game too. So those are the only 3 times that Miami has beat Florida State at night in Miami. So let's just say history is not on his side, but Miami hasn't really fielded a lot of great teams in the last 20 years. And it's because of being on probation, that whole Nevin Shapiro stuff. They've really kind of been behind the 8 ball, and Florida State has really kind of taken advantage of recruiting classes, getting players like Dalvin Cook, getting players like Devontae Freeman from South Florida, getting players like, you know, Jameis Winston, Kelvin Benjamin, also from South Florida. So yeah, and this game is really important for Miami to win. I don't think it's really that important as far as recruits is concerned, because Miami has lost games this season to Duke, Middle Tennessee State, and they're still holding firm with their recruiting class. In fact, the recruiting class has gotten better since those losses. They were able to land 5-star Cormani McClain. Nobody saw that coming. And then they also landed, had a kid flip from Oklahoma to Miami, and Caleb Spencer, 3-star safety. So the kids are really buying into what Mario Cristobal and this staff is selling, regardless if they win or lose, because I think they know it's all about the future. And we know most of these kids is Manny Diaz recruits. You know, only the freshmen are Cristobal. Some of the freshmen, not even all of them. Some of the freshmen are Cristobal recruits. So they see that and they know that and they realize, hey, what we about to bring in the next couple of years is going to be something different. It's going to be like the old Miami. So Miami now has the 7th ranked class in the nation, and they're the team with the worst record. Like right now, they got the worst record compared to teams compared to the recruiting class. You feel what I'm saying? So they doing a lot with not doing a lot on the field right now, and so that's a positive sign to see, and to see the list of all the recruits, bunch of 23 kids, 24 kids. Kamani McClain, that 5-star, is going to be at the game on Saturday. A bunch of other players, you know, almost the entire class, will be there as well. And of course, like I said, KingsCounty.com is going to give you all the exclusive information on their reaction after the game, and just kind of get their take on Miami as a whole. But yeah, this game is big for a couple of reasons, because with Miami's subpar season that they're having, the only thing we got to root for, Wes, is them to get to at least 6 wins. Besides this game, obviously, beating Florida State is like one of those things. You play Clemson in 2 weeks, so if you're able to beat Clemson, that will make you feel a lot better about the season. I don't think it's happening, but you'll feel a lot better about it. And then, just making a bowl game. Like, you got to get the 6 wins to get to a bowl game. And if they get to a bowl game and they win a bowl game, then you're going to feel good about next season because of this recruiting class. Because Cristobal is building something, man. He's really building something at the U. And the future looks great. The present doesn't look so great right now. But, it's all about the future with the Miami Hurricanes. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Yeah, my bad. The future is looking bright for Miami, especially the way Mario Cristobal is still able to pack in these recruits. You got Caleb Spencer wind up coming to Dade County. You got what's his name? Kamani McClain, like you said. Actually, I think number 1 DB or number 2 DB, and DB. Come on, see, that's crazy. That's where the hate be coming. The beaches, the women, the weather. Because in some places I see that it said number 2 DB in the nation, but of course,
Rivals has him as the number 1 cornerback,
exactly,
and the number 3 overall recruit in the nation.
Exactly. So for me to see Rivals say number 1, but then you go other places and they say number 2, and they, of course, everybody that want to come to Dade County, they miraculously wind up dropping 1, 2, 3, or they lose stars or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You feel me? That just shows that the hate is real. Again, me saying the beaches, the women, and the weather is not a joke. It's not just for the Dolphins. It's not just for the Heat, but it's also for the Canes. The Canes is the one that actually got the hate from Miami originally. You know what I'm saying? How many 30 for 30s, this, that, and the other. So again, this is exactly what we've been thinking that Mario Cristobal was going to go ahead and do. He was going to come over here. He was going to weed out all the people that don't want to be physical and don't put their whole heart on the actual gridiron. Like he said in that loss, people that don't play hard, y'all going to have to play somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And that the reason why I'm saying that, and the reason why he's saying that, is because he know that he got a recruiting class that's just been mutting shit all off season, and even throughout the actual season. We're not looking good in the season, and you got McLean actually saying, oh, let me go ahead and stay down here. You got Spencer. Oh, let me go ahead. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you come from around the Gators and you choose to fly down south to Dade County, Kings County. Look, that just shows you everybody knows what's going on in Dade County. Everybody know when you come and you deal with a coach like Mario Cristobal and Mario Ball and everybody else, like we said, you have an all-star coaching staff. And for me to know that, you know, and I'm a fan, you cover them, you know what it is. You see them in practice, you know, you speak to these players. There's a lot of conversations that you don't even much put out there. You feel what I'm saying? Because you want to keep that relationship. So you know what it is, man. They believe in Mario Cristobal the same way I believe. You know what I'm saying? Again, this year, this is one of the reasons why I didn't buy no season tickets. Why is that? I didn't buy no season tickets because I knew the first year was not going to be peaches and cream. Yeah, I want to win because I'm a fan, but I know when you have a major coaching change like that, and you got someone that is kind of lenient in Mario, not Mario Cristobal, but Manny Diaz, and you got like the general and Mario Cristobal, it's gonna be some people that don't buy in. You know what I'm saying? They could say they buy in, but look, your actions speak louder than words. When I see you giving up on plays, when I see you not doing certain things, it's just like Jalen Phillips. You feel me? He when he was playing with the Miami Dolphins last week, he stopped the first down because he chased the guy down from the other side of the damn field. That's product of the University of Miami. That's product of, even though Manny Diaz actually done wind up, coaching him, regardless of the fact, still, this is what we want. We want players like that. Those players are in the NFL. They said that Jalen Phillips was not going to be somebody in college football. Give up, try something else. You feel me? Come to Miami and they build him up, and they look. He's doing the same thing that on Miami and our whole aura of being in Miami has been trying to produce someone that's going to go ahead and give you 110% on the field, and that's what Mario Cristobal want. He want people that's going to give you 110% on the field. He want people in place. You know what I'm saying? And when you got people like Bill Belichick, when you got people like what's his name from Alabama? Can't stand him. I'm Helicopter Man. I'm Nick Saban. When you have people like Nick Saban gonna go ahead and scold you and put you on a bench because you're not doing what you need to do, you're out of place because you're thinking about yourself, you're not thinking about the whole team. We don't need those players over here. We need these recruits, and like you said, probably 50 recruits to go ahead and sign with the University of Miami because they know what it is. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Period. You're on mute.
I don't know if you said this on purpose, but you said Mario Ball.
No, I think and Mario, the other one, Coach Cristobal and Mario Ball, whatever.
Yeah, but that sounds like that should be a new thing, Mario Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we need to see on the field Saturday. Let's see some Mario Ball. You know what I'm saying? We need to be like Mario and Luigi running around with the star, like we just got the star. You know, and just that music come on like and just ride out on the boys, man. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an exciting game, exciting atmosphere. Of course, I'll be in the building. Kings County will be in the building, and we'll have live updates as we do every week while the game's going on, trying to see, who's in uniform, who's not. And, just anything that we see. I got myself some binoculars, bro. So, yeah, and they come in handy because sometimes we can't see, like, who's on the ground, who's hurt. And then I get my binoculars and I can see and I can type it and tweet it out, So, yeah, man, it's been a fun journey so far, man. Like, it's been busy. It's been really busy. And, each and every day we learn some new stuff. And, so some people are starting to learn that Kings County is here to stay, and they're starting to, get on board.
Definitely.
So yeah, man. So I mean, score, man. Well, what you think?
Like I said, I think the Miami Hurricanes going to go ahead and win 16-13. 3 points. 16-13, 16-19. I don't care. 3 points.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I think it's going to be pretty damn similar to the North Carolina game, and that game ended up, I believe, 27-24. So I think it's going to end up like that. I think it's going to be a game, like a field goal game, It's going to come down to turnovers, man. It's going to come down to a critical turnover. So we either going to be really mad at somebody making a turnover, or we're going to be really happy at one of our boys making getting a turnover. I think that's really what it's going to come down to, and it usually does. Or if not, it may come down to a kick again. You know what I'm saying? And I like our kicker more than their kicker. Andy Borregales. That's a kid that I know personally as well. Watched him kick. I knew both kickers in that last game. Will Bettridge, that dude was a freshman out there kicking, and he kicked for Miami. Gulliver for Virginia. He's out there battling against on Andy Borregales, and I'm like, damn. People say, oh yeah, we only got receivers and DBs. They're like, nah, we got kickers too, because they were out there battling in that game, and thankfully our kicker won the game. So on to the next thing though. So yeah, that's my score, 27-24.
Okay.
I think the Canes pull out the victory at Hard Rock Stadium. So we'll move on to the next thing. I mean, let's talk to him, man.
Arm of the almighty Tua. Yes.
It's Tua time, baby. It's Tua time.
Yeah, man.
I want to rewind all the way to the game before, because we didn't really talk about it. But first, I want to say, damn, Tua, like, get on the ground. That after that game, I was like, bro, get on the ground, bro. And he wanted to be tough to a man and try to fight for a first down against not even against a DB, like against a linebacker. You really trying to like end your life. You know what I'm saying? I admire the toughness, I admire that, but like, come on, man, you the franchise quarterback, and we need you not only for this game, not only for this season, but we need you for years to come. We don't want you getting knocked out consistently during the season, and other parts of your body is fragile too. So let's just try to get on the ground. And then the next game, like, I was like, okay, Buddy has learned, because a couple of times he did run and then he got on the ground.
Yes.
That the slides didn't look, they looked a little, kind of
suspect.
Awkward. Yeah. But at least he got on the ground. So yes. I just want to say that before you start talking about your boy to a top of our logo.
I thought it was our boy, you feel me? Because I thought you seen the light already. But okay, I'm gonna go back to being my boy.
I know he's originally your boy.
Okay. Like I've been saying for the longest, and I'll go back, that previous game first before I chime in. I felt the same way when, he kept, not sliding. We going crazy on the damn text machine, me, you, and Chris, like, what the hell? But it didn't matter. You know why? Because what me and I think all three of us were saying, like, maybe he's doing that, to get the jitters out. You know what I'm saying? You've been out for a while, 3 weeks. Of course, everybody remember, how your fingers were, how you was wobbly, all the different things that came behind it. You seen how they actually, did us green, or they have another agenda behind us, because you kind of showed the world that football is a serious game. And the NFL do care about themselves and not about the players, because the actual doctor who actually cleared him was hired by the actual NFL and not the Miami Dolphins. So, and the actual doctor for the Dolphins said that he wasn't able to play. So it clearly showed that the NFL were about themselves. Even, the crazy thing is, after that game, after he came back, I seen people not hitting him the way that they were hitting him before, because I'm like, when he was getting hit, there was one hit. Matter of fact, Chubb, you feel me? Chubb, you remember when we thought that he was going to have an ACL tear when he had got tackled? I posted it on our page, you feel what I'm saying? We was like, damn, how come he always wind up getting hit awkward? When, like, from that to the body slam, I don't normally see those type of plays no more in the NFL. I see those plays like early 90s, early 2000s. I don't really see quarterbacks getting hit the way Tua was. And after he came back, I seen, they was trying to hit him, but they was not trying to hurt him. It's like the games before, they was trying to hurt him, because a lot of times, people don't like individuals that's always in the media. I mean, if Tua wasn't here, they wouldn't be talking about the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like certain players, like a lot of people don't like that. You know, they're like, oh, why are you so special? I put everything on the line just like this guy. And one of your quarterback, everybody hate quarterbacks because they get paid the most, even though it's a team game. Then you have all these rules that protect the quarterback. And then you're one of these golden boys, you feel me? Because he is one of the golden boys. He have the crosses under his eyes, so we know he's a spiritual guy. He's not probably like Tim Tebow, how he exert that to the public, but just having that on the field under his eyes every game since Alabama, this is not a trend. This is not something new. It shows he's spiritual. He's married. He's a married man now. He's close knit, kind of like us. Like we keep to ourselves. We won't post everything about our lives. We post things here and there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's that person that a lot of people don't like. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people is looking at Russell Wilson the same way right now. Is it fake? You feel me? Is it this? Is it that? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think Tua's fake. It really seems genuine with him. But since that injury and he came back, I seen like the players kind of gravitate towards him. Not our players, because of course that's their quarterback, but the other teams, they're not looking like they want to damage him or end his career right now. You feel me? Because a lot of people were saying, Tua, you should just give it up, this, that, and the other. But he persevered, and he looks great. Now, going back to the last week's game, matter of fact, Sunday, the arm of the almighty Tua prevailed. Like I told you. You know what I'm saying? And like I told everybody, my dog had 3 touchdowns. He could have had 4. You know what I mean? Because if they would have challenged that touchdown, the one that was called back, if they would challenge that, that's 4 touchdowns. My dog got the highest, I think, quarterback rating right now in the league. What's going on? The arm of the almighty Tua prevails again. It's just been showing you and showing everybody that he is consistent. You can't be the most accurate quarterback in NCAA, or for Marcus, the most efficient quarterback in NCAA history, and not come to the NFL and do the same damn thing. Huh?
That's what it is. What you mean?
It don't matter. No. See, you heard what Tyreek Hill said. Most accurate. You feel me? I'm going on what he's saying. I'm going on what my dog Cheetah is saying. I'm going on what I've been seeing in the NFL. This is one of the reasons why I compared him to Tom Brady, and you was looking at me crazy. No, yes, people been saying Tom Brady don't have a strong arm. You're going to get that with time. He's a rookie. You feel me? After them workout regimens and certain things like that, he's going to get better. And everybody gotta pump the brakes on Tua, because at the end of the day, you got to understand, when your ass is injured, damn near 2 years with a hip injury, well, you think you can work out like that? You can't work out like that. So other parts of your body's going to get weaker. He's been in the league. This is his 3rd year, supposedly, right now. Or is it his 4th year? It's his 3rd. Yeah, his 3rd year right now. So you got, all right, 3rd or 4th, regardless of the fact. COVID kind of effed everything up. So everybody's kind of off with the years and stuff like that. But yeah, now you seeing this is the Tua that we thought we was going to have when he came out of Alabama before the injury. He's healthier now. He's a little bulkier now, even though he's still small. I mean, you can't change a guy's physicality or a physical appearance too much. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you look at Cheetah's a short guy, but he's bulky. Same thing. You look at Tua's getting there. But again, you're going to get there after you're 100%. Right now, we clearly know that the hip injury is 100%. That's what we wanted to make sure that was good. And that is good. If that's good, don't have nothing to worry about. Nigga, guys is not throwing 50-yard bombs all the time. Guys are throwing 15, 20. Not just that, but get the first down. Do what Tom Brady's been doing that lasted him his whole career. Get the ball out quick. You feel me? Be as accurate as you can, which Tom Brady has. It won him 7 Super Bowls. So if you could be that person, I don't mind, because when you compare him to like the Patrick Mahomes, yeah, you got an arm, yeah, you're an elite quarterback, but you be doing some good shit where people be like, damn, really, you doing that? Really, you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Again, a lot of times you make it look good. But if you talk about the traditional head coach. They're like, why are you doing that? Why are you throwing off your back foot? Why are you throwing like this? Eventually, it's gonna come and burn you. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Like,
we talking about Patrick Mahomes?
yes. He was
The
throwing.
quarterback that won a Super Bowl already.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. It don't matter. A lot of people won
I
one
think it
Super
do
Bowl.
matter though.
No, a lot of people won one Super Bowl. My whole thing is, what I'm saying is, everybody knows you should not throw on your back leg. You feel me? You gotta be grounded when you're a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Certain people could do it. The Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, what everybody's been saying gonna catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Tua doesn't have. Tua is being a traditional quarterback. There's a lot of plays, like I said, he could have ran, and he did it. He pretended like he gonna run, and then he threw it to somebody that's gonna make a bigger play out of nothing. So again, when you get to the playoffs, when you get to these cold games, because I mean it's about to be November, December, it get cold, and you're gonna be playing these up north teams. Somebody that's throwing the bombs 50, 60 yards, you're gonna have to worry about the win. Tua don't need to worry about that. Dump it 15. Dump it 20.
All right, I'll let you be on your soapbox about Tua, and I think that's enough. Tua. I mean, we could still talk. We could still praise the almighty Tua, like you say. But I'm gonna big up some other players on this team. Our dog Tyreek Hill, bro. Like my team, King of the Tyreek Hill, is on top of the fantasy football league, and it's because of him, bro. I'm the king of the fantasy football league with King of the Tyreek Hill. Everybody looking at me like, damn, I got this fool.
You're gonna win.
I know I'm gonna win, bro, because these dudes they went and got too many quarterbacks. I stocked up on running backs, and I got Tyreek Hill, man. It's a wrap. But this guy Tyreek Hill, bro, he's 14 catches last week. I think the week before 12. I mean, he's just a dog, man. Like he's a dog. Like he plays how I wish I played. Like I wish that was me out there running around, getting catches, talking smack. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish like he's living vicariously, through all of us who wish he could be that. And then Jalen Waddle, bro. Like the Waddle is like a real thing. The Waddle is a real thing, bro, because he's out there making over the shoulder catches. He's the perfect complement to Tyreek Hill because you got two burners on the outside, and then you got baby Gronk. Gronkowski, as they be calling him now, who is that other perfect option to this offense where if you double Tyreek Hill, or if you focus on, because I've seen a couple of times that they tried to double Tyreek Hill, I've seen a couple of times they tried to double Waddle, and then Gronkowski is there just like, hey, if you forget about me, I'm gonna score a touchdown, and he's been scoring touchdowns pretty much every week. And then I like what I've seen from Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert used to be like faster than he was. He's still good, but like I still think he's not like 100% from that injury that he had a couple years ago. But even with that, he's been pretty consistent. And now let's talk about the trade that the Dolphins made. They went and traded away Chris Edmonds, who I think was a great trade because I don't think he was adding any value to the team, especially when Coach McDaniels called them out for the fourth down that they went for it. He called him out and said that he ran the wrong way. So when a coach calls you out and say that you ran the wrong way on a fourth down play, then yeah, that's an issue and that's a problem. And that was a game that we almost lost to Kenny Pickett if it wasn't for our boy Igbenogany getting an interception late in the game. So, and then who do we get? We get Chubb. We get a Pro Bowl defender to add to this team. A Pro Bowl defender. This is crazy because what does that tell you and I, Wes? Is that this franchise, Chris Greer, who we've been bashing, and maybe we should start giving him a little props, as of late, because that Laramie Tunsil trade, which is like, I don't understand like why Texans did that, because Who do we end up getting from that Laramie Tunsil trade? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and now Chubb. Like what?
Yeah.
From Laramie Tunsil, an offensive lineman that you ain't gonna move the needle nowhere. It's just unbelievable. So I think I'm be cashing in on the bet that I made in Vegas on the Dolphins winning, getting to the playoffs. Remember, I made that bet, so I'm gonna be cashing in on that, and hopefully cashing in on the fantasy football league too, because of the Dolphins, man. Like, man, Trick Daddy said I got debt because I'm betting with the Dolphins. It seems like that's just gonna change with me this year. And the Dolphins, I want to end with, are a legit Super Bowl contender. And I know people gonna say like, nah, man, you got a Miami hat on, and your boy got a jersey and 305 in the background. But they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And it's because, let me tell you why. And it's easy to see why. First of all, because Buffalo, the team that everybody says is going to the Super Bowl, we already beat. We already have a win against them, which means we have a chance to play them again. Obviously, we play them twice a year, like every divisional team. If we win that game, we have the tiebreaker against the Bills. We only got 3 losses, So, and even if they don't win the division, say if Buffalo ends up winning the division, they guaranteed to make a playoffs, and I think they host a playoff game, which means they have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, because once you get to the playoffs, I think anything can happen. And then you add the defense has been up and down, but they have had some injuries. They have had a lot of injuries. Howard hasn't been 100% a lot. Byron Jones hasn't been 100% a lot. I mean, even the offensive line has been suffering a lot of injuries, and now they have a chance to really build on the record that they have. They got 5 wins right now. They got Cleveland coming up here, which is a beatable team. The defense is pretty tough, but our defense is tough as well. So the other thing about this team is that they can win a bunch of ways. Like last week, they got down big. They was down big, and you were like, "Oh, nah, this can't be another one of these games." But to quote my dog Wes, we have the almighty Tua who can lead a team to victory. And that was really the thing about me for Tua. It's like, can Tua lead us to a victory? And he's already done it basically 3 times this season. Now, he didn't do it against Pittsburgh. Let's be honest. The defense won that game. But this last game, Tua won that game. Against Baltimore, Tua won that game. And against Buffalo, I think it's probably a combination of both with that game, the defense and Tua. But you got to give props to Tua in that game as well.
Definitely
so I have the utmost confidence that even if we get down by a bunch of scores, that this offense can bring us back to win a game. And that's why they're a Super Bowl contender.
Come on, man. They're a Super Bowl contender because of the almighty Tua, because of the brain of McDaniel. The old line is looking great. Like I've been saying, you give Tua time, and he's going to be dropping dimes. He's going to be dropping bombs. And he's been doing that all off season. People were saying, yeah, it's off season. Now he's doing it in the game. Now they're like, oh, nah, it's his durability. Look, man. It's a concussion. Concussions happen in the NFL. You just got to live and you got to learn, man. You know what I'm saying? He lived, he learned. That first game back, he was looking kind of shaky. But again, he's been off 3 weeks. He come back again the next week. Offense is just looking crazy. It's like he's just putting butter on bread. You know what I'm saying? He's just first touchdown to Waddle. Second touchdown to Waddle. You need a big play. I'm going to go ahead and throw it to my dog, Cheetah, in the middle. You thinking that, damn, it's overthrown? Hell nah. I'm the human pogo stick. I'm going to go ahead and jump about 8-9 feet in the air and grab that. When you got defenders all over the place. And then you got Gesicki doing his thing, like you said. He ain't doing the gritty no more because supposedly he get that down pat.
He
You know
need
what
to
I'm
stop.
saying?
He need to
But
stop.
regardless of the fact, people got to go ahead and start paying attention to the Miami Dolphins, man, because it looks like we actually found our franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
That's my line, bro. It looks like you just found out. Like
no,
that's
to
supposed to be
me,
something I say.
I been thought we had our franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But you jumped the gun. You jumped off the ship. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, I'm gonna keep it real. You was just like me. You was like, give my dog some time to heal and be 100%. But you just wind up, jumping off the ship. But again,
Yeah,
it's all good. If it's all good, because we on the same team. You know what I'm saying? We got the same goal. You feel
I
me?
just wanted him to make a believer out of me, and he did that. He did that.
There you
This is
go.
the third game that he did that for me, and I was a
Exactly.
believer. I was a believer by the Buffalo game, which was the first time. I
Exactly.
was just like, wow, we beaten Buffalo, the team that everybody said is going to the Super Bowl, and then we were down to Baltimore and came back. Like that was a crazy comeback, and then again against Detroit. Road games. Every game is tough in the NFL. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Detroit, they only have one win, but they've been playing teams tough. So just to see them, and they were coming off a bye, I believe.
Yes.
So they had some time to rest. So that's why I think they came out the way they did. But Miami found a way. They found a way to, find the holes in their defense and to engineer the comeback.
See, Marcus, man, you gotta understand, man. Everybody need to understand. Like these games, the Dolphins normally lose. The Dolphins normally lose the close games. The
Yeah.
Dolphins, you get down 14-0, the game is over. It's just like, all right, wifey, y'all want to you. I know I was supposed to be watching the game, but
Yeah.
you remember you
Let's
say you
let's
wanted
go
to
to
go to your
brunch or
mom's house?
something.
Let's go to your mom's house. Let's do brunch. Let's go to the beach. Let's do something. Now we got to watch the whole game. We can't get discouraged if we see that we're down and out in the beginning because the Dolphins are not out with the arm of the almighty Tua. My dog's gonna go ahead and do his thing. We got a coach that's gonna go ahead and figure it out. Like, man, this dude is Ivy League, man. You feel what I'm saying? He's one of those that like, you remember when I used to say, like, how come when we see teams like New Orleans, all these other teams, it's just people wide open, and you like, how? I've never seen that with the Dolphins. Now you're starting to see it. Is those minds, them football minds, them great football minds, because you can play football, but to actually create a offensive plan or offensive scheme that's gonna have people that have been dedicating their whole life to this game just off, like you're 5 yards off me, you're 10 yards away, I'm nowhere around. Yo, this is the actual coach that we have, and we got the right quarterback to do what we need to do. We got the quarterback that can play in cold weather, and I'm saying it now. We got the quarterback that can play in cold weather. Why is that?
Why? Yeah, why is that?
Why? Because in cold weather, you're not going to be dropping bombs. Cold weather, you're playing like what people say Tua's been his whole career, 10-yard, 5-yard guy. Just get the first down. That's cold weather football. Am I lying or am I lying? You feel me? I'm telling you the truth.
I just wanted to know what the reason was. Though.
Yes. And not just that, but Tua been practicing in the snow. In the off season when it was cold, he was somewhere practicing in the cold. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly where it was, but I know that I heard that story, and I'm gonna believe my dog Tua is, like he said. My dog said that, yeah, I do keep receipts. I do get receipts, you know what I'm saying? And I use them at my own leisure. So people like Marcus, he got receipts for you. He got receipts for everybody else that was hating. People like Westradamus, myself, he gonna be like, man, that's why this dude on the MarcWes Sports Podcast be saying he my dog, because he had my back. You feel me? Like, I was like, T.O., that's my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crying, but that's my quarterback. I've been saying
fake
that.
tears anyway. Fake ass tears.
It don't matter. That's his quarterback. His quarterback was Romo, and mine is the arm of the Almighty Two.
It's so funny. I just pulled up my ESPN app, and the first thing that pop up is Dan Orlovsky, who I don't really like, but the first thing that it says, Dolphins can win Super Bowl with Bradley Chubb. That's the first thing that comes up.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
You got Jalen Phillips on one side. He always be somewhere near the quarterback, and now you can't double his ass because you got Chubb. Oh, he already a Pro Bowler. Right. He coming on the other side. We got Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon's been balling this season.
Exactly. We haven't even talked about Van Ginkel like that. Ogba, we got a few injuries, like you said earlier. The O-line been injured, and we still doing our thing. Look at the right guard, the right tackle now, Shell. Like, we don't need to worry about that blind side. The left tackle and the right tackle, everything is Gucci right now. Right now, Eichenberg is out. I think they put him on injury reserve.
I was going to say that.
Jackson is back.
Yeah, I did see that.
Jackson is back. It was just an ankle. And, you could plug him into the right guard on position because, he's athletic, as a left tackle. Huh?
And he's young.
He's young. And he played right guard last year when they was playing, dominoes with the actual O-line. You feel what I'm saying? So for right now, it kind of seemed like Eric Spoelstra. You see how Eric Spoelstra be trying to figure things out. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And they finally figured out. That's what it seemed like with the Dolphins, with the O-line. They try to figure it out. Who's going to be this? Who's going to be that? And it seemed like they finally figured it out, even with the individuals that's starters that's out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels good to wake up Sunday and know we're probably going to win.
Yeah, it feels good just watching this team play. It's just a fun team to just watch, because I don't think I've had this much fun watching the Dolphins since the Wildcat. The Wildcat, when we was running the Wildcat with Ronnie Brown, with Sperano, rest in peace. That was the last time I was like, wow, this is actually a fun team to watch. Even the last time that we made the playoffs with Tannehill, well, he got hurt and it was Matt Moore. That wasn't really a fun team to watch. I don't even remember a lot of the players that was on that team.
Me neither.
But yeah, this is just a fun team to watch with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Gesicki, Mostert, and that defense, of course, Tua at the helm. This is just it's a fun, exciting, new, modern Miami Dolphins that we watch it. It seemed like we finally just stepped into the 2000s or the 2010s. I felt like we were playing in the 90s for a long time, and now all of a sudden we have a high-flying offense. So it's great.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing too, obviously I was trying to move this podcast up because of a commit.
Yeah.
Of a prospect that might commit. So I do want to just kind of speak on that a little bit because it seems like it's just a top 3. But we were prepared just in case he does commit. I do believe he's going to commit. Damari Brown out of American Heritage High School down here in South Florida, Plantation, he made an announcement that he was going to make an announcement at 7:30. I checked in with a couple of sources and they were like, yeah, he's committing to Miami. But it doesn't seem like it's tonight because I got another source who just texted me and said that it's going to be a top 3. So I already got my guy Gio already ready with a write-up, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to jump off right at 7:30. That's what it looks like because it looks like he's going to announce his top 3. My guy Gio is going to already have that story ready to go, posted, and then we'll Gucci. But, that things just happen because, like, with that Cormani McClain thing, man, that caught everybody surprised. Everybody by surprise in this industry. Everybody, rivals, like, reached out to me and they were like, we don't even have a graphic ready, So, because that's basically how this thing happens. Usually we already know if the players are going to commit or not. We write up a story, we have a graphic ready and everything. And then once he makes his commitment, we drop it, as soon as it happens. So that way people, fans can look at it, read about the player, why he committed or whatnot. We have it already. It's already like pre-planned. And this one, everybody thought he was going to Florida. So I do want to point that out, is that we burned the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators fans was mad. Big mad. You know what I'm saying? They were big mad that Cormani McClain, who's originally from Pompano, by the way, I do want to say he's originally from South Florida, So everybody like, oh, he's from Lakeland, he's from that area, and then he burned the hometown. Nah, he's really from down here, and he moved up there because I believe his mom, found a deal on a house up there, so they moved up there. Was the situation. So, but he's really got ties to South Florida. So that commit just kind of came out of nowhere, bro. That came out of nowhere. It blew my mind. I was actually going out with wifey that night because I knew nothing was gonna happen. Yeah, I knew he was making that announcement, but we was already moving on to the next thing. In the middle of the week is actually the time that I actually can do stuff with wifey during football season. I can't really do stuff during the weekend. So I was like, oh, I found this little spot. We could just go eat, chill. They had this little show that they were doing, and then getting ready, and then this news drop. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro?
So y'all didn't get to go out?
I just, my guy. Luckily, this is great. Why you got staff, man? My staff guys was already on it. They already had a story ready. They actually had to reach out to me and let me know. They were like, "Yo, Kamani McClain committed to Miami." I was like, "What the? Are you serious?" So we already had that story ready to go. I had an interview with Cormani from January.
Oh, yeah.
Which was clutch. I just went there. I asked him about Miami at the time. I wasn't even working for Rivals at the time. I was still with Hotbed. But, you just never know. So I went back and he said stuff about Miami, plugged that into the story, plugged some videos that we had from Rivals, and then boom, we had a story ready to go. And I was just tweeting on my way to the event, tweeting, putting on social media on the way to the event. And then, so that's basically what happens. So that's usually doesn't happen in recruiting. Usually you always know, but this was like the biggest recruiting story since Travis Hunter. Remember Travis Hunter? He was committed to Florida State, and then he committed to Jackson State. Dion, Jackson State. Since that story, this was the biggest recruiting story of the year.
Yeah, so, and from my understanding, we got the number 1 and number 2 players coming out of Florida. Do we? I think with the O-line.
Well, yeah, Francis Malgoa, he's a 5-star. We got Jaden Wayne, also a 5-star from IMG. There's a couple of players we don't have, like Brandon Ennis. Brandon Ennis is he's a 5-star too.
But he may want to stay to the crib, seeing that all these people dropping the ball. Like Mario probably like, yo, you come over here, you starting. And that's what they want. You starting? Oh, come on, man, stay to the crib.
Yeah, they still working them, bro. They're still pushing hard. If you see any of the videos on our YouTube, subscribe to the MarcWes Sports YouTube. Also subscribe to the Kings County YouTube videos on there with Brandon Ennis talking about how Miami still pursuing him. Brandon Ennis is locked in with Ohio State right now, but they still gonna push for him. He's the other top name recruit in Florida that Miami doesn't quite have yet. But his teammate, the player that kind of brought this whole conversation, Damari Brown, is teammates with Brandon Ennis. So they play on the same team, American Heritage. So there's always a chance, is all I'm gonna say.
There's definitely always a chance, especially with McClain doing what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a chance. You feel me? This ain't Dumb and Dumber, but we have a chance. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Just seeing what's unraveling in Miami, all these players staying to the crib, us, flipping players, with Skinner, with the Alabamas and stuff like that. And we stealing players away, supposedly, it just shows that everybody's buying into what Coach Cristobal is selling. It has nothing to do with this season right now. Some of them already know they just coming to Miami just off, him speaking to them. And others that's on the fence, this season may play a factor, but it may play a factor in a positive way, because if you've seen that this player that plays my position is someone that's always out of place, always doing some dumb shit, then what Coach Cristobal say? Those players going to play somewhere else. Enter the transfer portal. We'll have these new individuals come in and make it work. So losing these games can be a good thing also. It's not always necessarily winning all these games. And, of course, we want that to happen because we're fans. And for yourself, it's more to write about. But, people that that's on the field that's not doing their jobs, and then you got other players, upcoming players that haven't signed with Miami. They can be like, this is an opportunity. I don't need to wait. I don't need to get redshirted. I could just come in and play right now and call it a day. And if I don't like what I see in Miami, I could always transfer. So for me, at least, come over here and see what we got on working, what we got cooking in the oven. We trying to bake a quiche right now. You feel what I'm saying? No loud noises. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, for me, it's always a good thing to see this. Again, when Miami win, all our teams is always feeling good. So
yeah,
we'll see what's
speaking
up
of all of our Miami teams, last night we seen our boy Jimmy Buckets get a big time bucket against the defending champions Golden State Warriors. I didn't see the game, but I did see the highlight. Not surprised that Jimmy Buckets got the game winner. I mean, he's solid with the mid range. His mid range is wet. But the Heat are 2-5 right now. I think they're 2-5,
3-5,
maybe 3-5. So they off to a little bit of a rough start right now, but it's early, and basketball teams they need some time to kind of gel or whatever. And they got a couple of new pieces, but I think they're gonna find their way. But what I did see though is this bravado from Jimmy Butler in the post game. You seeing that?
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah. We're gonna win a championship. The hell you talking about?
We're going to win the NBA championship. I was like, yo, that's exactly what you want to hear from your leader. For him to just jump out and say something like that, he sounded like us. He sounded like us on the podcast. I'm like, damn, we need to call up Jimmy Buckets and ask him if he wants to jump on the podcast with us, because he sound exactly like us, So that's good to hear. Have you been watching them? Because I've been busy, bro. Like, have you been watching them?
Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but yeah, Jimmy Buckets just. It just feels, yeah, I don't know what just happened. But yeah, Jimmy Buckets, like you said, he's doing his thing, coming with the big shots. That's why we call him Jimmy Buckets. Yeah, that game, I seen the game. Unfortunately, Tyler Hero had got an eye contusion. Someone poked his eye when they were trying to get the ball. So we didn't have him for a decent amount of the actual game, and we still pulled it off. And that speaks volumes for me. You feel me? We don't got Oladipo playing. We don't have, well, it's Haslam, but we don't have certain people playing. We had Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry actually had a decent game. He didn't have a great game, but he had a game that wouldn't make us lose the game. So, and Duncan Robinson showed up. He had like 5 threes, doing this thing. But then again, I don't know if it's because Golden State, their defense is as not consistent. Same like the Miami Heat, our defense is not as consistent. Like you said, basketball takes a little bit more time for the players to actually get acclimated to, playing with each other and stuff like that. And not just that, but when you got like 72, we got 150 games and shit like that. You got space to actually figure it out. Like I said, Coach Spoelstra, he always try to figure out what is the best gel with the different lineups that he actually do have. Some people be like, oh, Martin shouldn't be playing the 4. He's too small. Look, worry about your team and we'll worry about our team. We're the one that started with this small man basketball with Chris Bosh playing the 5. And we're going to be the one that, continue this trend with having smarter guys playing. Eventually, we're not going to have the big guys playing as much. You may have somebody in the game. We got Deadman, we got Bam, but they're not those 7-footers that we typically are used to actually playing. I'm seeing playing that position. So for me, as long as the Heat just keep trying to figure it out, figure out the gelling, Duncan Robinson, if you can get the nuts you had 2 years ago and do what you did yesterday and dropping 5, 8 threes a game. And not just that, but he was not just shooting threes. He was driving to the basket, scoring layups, helping individuals out with the alleys, helping individuals out with assists. So for me, I think he just found out like, yo, I need to find other ways to play this game, because sitting around in the corner while my other players on my team is running around, exerting energy, I need to do the same thing. I need to, I know everybody know I'm a liability on defense, but I can't get ticky-tack fouls every time. Yeah, you're going to score on me, but I'm not making it so easy, and I'm not giving you a foul automatically. So for me, the Miami Heat, Jimmy Buckets, being the typical Jimmy Buckets that we know, sealing the deal with a few seconds left on the clock to make it a 5-point game, and really sealing the deal last night was a good thing. Miami Heat, we have a whole lot of ground to go ahead and cover, because like I said, you have Oladipo that hasn't played yet. And I think that they're doing that not because he's injured. I just think that they're like, we don't want to put you in the game and then take you out the game and then put you in the game and take you out the game. Let's have you play a certain amount of games, and we'll start that in a little while. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a month, to see everybody else. We know that you were an all-star player. We know what you can do. We've seen what you can do later on in the season when we did put you in the game. So we know what we can get from Victor Oladipo. Defense, a slasher, a scorer, someone that can facilitate. And if we have that, we don't need to worry about Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kyle Lowry, you tripping? All right, Victor, you could go ahead and play the point. Or, Vincent, or Caleb Mark, anybody, because majority of the time, like I said, they be playing small man basketball. So I think that the Miami Heat is kind of playing possum as far as like, how they're playing and, being consistent with the defense and this, that, and the other. You was questioning what was the actual win-loss category. We're 3-5. We're going to play Sacramento again tonight. So that's really 4-5, and once we get to 500, I think we'll be good. You got a lot of good teams that's not looking great. I think the Lakers like 1-5, 1-6. You got the Golden State Warriors. We beat them. I think they're 2-4 right now.
Yeah. And the Brooklyn Nets not looking good too, man. And I don't know if you got anything else to say about the Heat, because I want to transition to the
nothing else with the Heat. Just we're gonna whoop that ass with Sacramento tonight.
I hope so, because we lost like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, overall basketball, I'm not really into it that much, especially right now with football season going on. Once football season's over, once Christmas rolls around, is when I really start watching basketball, really start paying attention. But let's see how the Heat kind of work out their kinks in the next couple of games. But anyways, another team that's trying to work out their kinks is the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, first of all, they fired Steve Nash. Like, allegedly, I saw it was like on the court, and Steve Nash, who you rarely ever see throw a tantrum, like he's throwing stuff while he's getting off the court or whatnot. I mean, and then they went ahead and hired the former Boston head coach that was, stepping out long and allegedly smashing the exec wife or whatever it was, right? And so that's interesting. I want to get your thoughts on that one. But then the whole stuff with Kyrie, bro, like, I'm confused by it. I'm like, me, I'm not a fan of Kyrie. I'm a fan of Kyrie's game. But as far as him is concerned, he just seems like he's not a team guy. He's not a team guy. He's more of a me guy, it seems to me. So I want to get your thoughts on everything, because I maybe you usually know more about the story or these type of stories than I do, and then I'll comment after you.
Yeah, from my understanding that they did fire him on the actual floor. I mean, disrespectful, even if you didn't want him to be the coach. I heard that they've been talking about him kind of leaving for the longest, like the last few weeks or something like that. And he kind of knew that something like that was going to happen, probably just not on the field and on the court, just like they did our black coach, the one that said we played to win the game, and they fired him in college. He was, on the court, on the actual field, and they fired him as well. Like, I forgot his name.
Oh, Herm Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards. They did him the same way. So I don't feel no type of way. They could do it to our black coach. We could do it to a white coach. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. That's really not a story for me. And personally, he hasn't looked great, because you got superstars on your team. When you can't keep it real with them or can't check them when they're doing dumb shit, then you don't need to be here. That's one. But in regards to hiring that coach, I think that's a good thing. Ime Udoka, Boston was looking suspect the last few years before they hired him as the head coach. Boston's always going to be a good team regardless of the coach. Really being honest with you, they just have that tradition. Normally keeps them relevant, and I think that it's a good hire because they didn't keep Ime Udoka as a slave, where he can't actually go anywhere because he slept with someone, the executive's wife. You can't. Oh, we're gonna you're suspended for the whole year, but you can't go anywhere else. Nah, let this man be free. Let him live his life. It's a good thing because they're on the northeast side of the United States, Boston, Brooklyn, so that's going to create another rivalry, even though I don't think that Brooklyn can beat Boston if everything is working, because, Brooklyn don't play no defense. I don't know if that changes because Ime Udoka, because, he stand on defense. They got the offense. Let's see what it is with the defense, because I'm not going to go ahead and crab on them, because look at the Heat. We're 3-5. Look at the Lakers. Look at Golden State, teams that people think is going to be contenders in the playoffs when the games really count, and we're not looking that great. Yeah, we won yesterday as far as with the Heat, but still, we're not where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go ahead and knock Brooklyn right now for not looking great. Now, going to Kyrie Irving. I feel where he coming from. Like, look, man, at the end of the day, like, I didn't ask to be a role model. I did not ask.
But before you go into it, explain what it was, like what the whole thing is, what the whole controversy is.
So basically with Kyrie Irving, he's seen a documentary on, something that had to do with basically what Kanye West is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that involves, individuals that's Jewish or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And there's some things in there, even though from what my understanding is, whoever created this movie or created this book that he posted on his platform, meaning on his page or, Instagram or something like that, Twitter.
He retweeted it or something like that.
Yeah. What he did do was he watched something. And while watching that, he did more research behind what he's seen on the actual documentary. You know what I'm saying? Which led him to a book. And that book, I guess he supposedly read the book and reposted the book, even though, like I say, and Kyrie said, this, I don't believe everything this man is saying, but there's a lot of stuff that I agree with. You know what I'm saying? So just because you don't agree with one thing that he's saying, that doesn't mean the other stuff that he's saying is not true. But for how the media or society is making it seem like it's anti-Semitic, it's like, yo, everything can be anti-Semitic, And what he was saying is like, yo, again, I don't agree with everything that he's saying. I'm just like you. You're a regular person like me. I got this money, this, that, and the other, but I'm not, I could post something on my page if I want to, you feel me? And you could post something on your page if you want to. From my understanding, like, look, people want people to be role models, and some people aren't role models. We got football players, basketball players. They're the worst. Some of them are the worst people in the world. Actors, personality, morals, ethics, the worst people in the world. who's saying that I'm looking up to that individual, but other people grant these people this role like they're people heroes when truly they're not. They're just playing a sport because of talent. They're acting because of talent. They're, whatever it is because of talent. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to not be able to be myself just because I got this platform or just because everybody knows me. You know what I'm saying? If I post something and you don't agree with it, then you could keep it moving. Same thing. You don't like certain music. I will not be teaching these kids. You don't like certain music. You don't like certain movies, certain shows. Change the channels. Nobody's forcing you to listen to what I got going on. And from my understanding is a lot of people just say anti-Semitic and they don't want to go ahead and speak on what they're really talking about. It's just like once they say anti-Semitic, it's like it's over. They're anti-Semitic and this, that, and the other. Where in actuality is like, yo, have the conversation. Have the conversation. And once you have that conversation, we can see both sides and we could agree to disagree. But when you try to silence people for having their own opinion, that's when I have a problem with it. Because like I said, the world, it will be a effed up place if everybody agreed. If you gotta, talk
you
about.
would kind of want me to explain exactly I think what he posted.
Yeah.
So pretty much, all right, we know Kanye has been going through his like anti-Jewish rant, talking about Jewish people run the media and kind of use black entertainers and stuff like that and kind of fuck them over and stuff like that. So I think Kyrie posted something from a book pretty much where I think Hitler said something about, I'm not even sure if Hitler actually said this, but supposedly it's a quote from Hitler that says that the Jewish they're trying to replace that the blacks are the true Israelites from the 12 tribes of Israel, and that the European Jews, meaning the white Jewish people, are supposedly trying to replace them, and so some shit like that.
Exactly. Much. All right. So boom.
So wait. So this whole anti-Semitic, I mean, this is kind of like a new word in 2022 that's always used. That's an old word. Is just, I mean, it's being used more often now than any other. I've never heard this as much in like public than any other time. So it's just because people have an opinion on Jewish people is why they're using why saying that this is anti-Semitic.
Yeah, basically. So if you say anything negative about Jewish people, is anti-Semitic. If it's a hate crime, or if people be putting swastikas up, is anti-Semitic. All that is anti-Semitic, but that's not what, for me, they're trying, Kyrie or Kanye is saying. We all do know that a lot of organizations are ran by people of power, and these people of power are, a lot of them are Jewish. You know what I'm saying? What Kanye West is trying to say is like, if I say kill a nigga or kill black people, kill this, that, and the other, I say nothing about it. If I say I'm the true Israelite, we got the Levi tribe, that's the Haitians, that's one of the 12 tribes of Israel and certain things like that. I see, me personally, I'm saying that because I seen a few things. I did my own research on the 12 tribes of Israel and this, that, and the other. I don't remember every last one of them, but because I'm Haitian, I gravitated toward the Levi tribe, and them saying that the Levi tribe is one of the 12 tribes of Israel. I think Puerto Ricans are not Puerto Ricans. One of them. There's a few other places or people that they consider the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, having that conversation would be considered anti-Semitic because we're saying, or people are saying that the Jewish individuals that's in Israel are not the real Jews because you're not the 12 tribe of Israel. You can go ahead and live there, but that land was taken from us type. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. But again, have the conversation. When you try to silence someone, it's just like, well, you don't want the truth to come out. That's what my problem is. Now, if you having the conversation, right, and it's proven like they're the true Israelites, we don't even must be thinking. I don't even must be thinking like that. I'll be thinking about, you know what I mean? I'm not waking up and be like, I'm a 12 tribe of Israel and this, that, and the other. I don't know. Maybe I should be. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is just have the conversation. It's just like politics, have the conversation. Religion, have the conversation. When it comes to certain things, have the conversation. But when you're not trying to have the conversation, it make me feel some type of way. When Kanye West say that all these major companies are owned by, Jewish people that's been riding the backs of black people for years, and then all of a sudden he's canceled, like they're basically proving his point. All these companies pulling away, and when you look back and see who owns it, Jewish. Justin Bieber just recently cut ties with Kanye West. Why? His wife is supposedly Jewish. And I feel Justin Bieber because you're going to stand with your wife. You know what I'm saying? But again, I don't know who's right or wrong because I'm not one of these individuals that's waking up and doing nothing but research on that. You feel me? I'm waking up, going to work. You're working on, what you got going on. This is not a conversation me and you normally have. But again, if this kind of conversation is brought up by anybody and I find it fascinating, don't you think people should have the conversation? That's my whole thing. And for what they're doing to Kyrie is like, it's anti-Semitic. How is anti-Semitic? When it comes to Kanye, how? For me, it just, I think a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I just think a lot of times, once people hear anti-Semitic, they just think something completely different from. This is like, people don't do their own research. I could tell you something, and you're not gonna do your own research, but because me, I'm 100, you just gonna go on what I'm saying rather than doubling back and doing your own research to see if what I'm saying is actually true because you know me. So I think that is the issue. Is like, a lot of people are not watching the interviews. They're just watching a few clickbaits. You feel me? And then you could change a narrative if you just shows 5 seconds of a 3-hour show. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I get from it. But I think everybody should be able to actually speak their truth. And
Marcus, I would say, Marcus, before you chime in, I would say, I think the anti-Semitism thing comes in when you just label like, oh, all Jewish people run the media, instead of saying, oh, it's this guy that runs the media and he just happens to be Jewish. Yeah, that's like generalizing. Let's say you get your ass whooped by somebody black and you say, yo, all black people are violent. You see what I mean? So I think that's where it's a generalization.
But that's a generalization.
I get that, but it happens. We had a president. We just had a president, Donald Trump, who banned Muslims. There was a Muslim ban, and I don't understand. Like, how come there wasn't this big uproar about him being anti-Semitic? You basically banned people from coming into the country because of a certain religion, and now
there was an uproar though.
Not the uproar that we're getting right now, where people get canceled.
He was still president. He was still president. Yeah. He wasn't banned from anything. He was still on Twitter. He was still, had all kinds of stuff going on. So I don't understand that. And then
you normally think of as Muslim. You normally think of black people.
He was also saying stuff about Mexicans. Also said stuff about Caribbean people, talking about they from shithole countries.
And Marcus, you basically
made generalization statements that, like, okay, so we gonna bury Kyrie and Kanye for saying something about Jews when the president of the United States said it about a whole bunch of different types of people. That's what I don't get.
And that's what Kanye is kind of getting to. You could say something about anybody else but Jewish people, but why are they so special? You know what I'm saying? They're human just like us. You feel me? Like, now, if you want to go ahead and be like, they're the true original people, We know that as black people. What are some people? And if you want to go into the 12 tribes of Israel, I don't really know too much on it. I just know the few that I do know as far as what the Haitians being part of the Levi tribe. I know the other tribes, but I don't remember them as much because, of course, I'm Haitian, so I'm going to remember that first quarter. Now, again, it's just having that conversation, but it's like people don't. They did the same thing to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon said the same thing about the 12 tribes of Israel a few years back, and black people being a true person. They canceled him. You know what I'm saying? He had to apologize. He had to do all type of, you feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. But that's what Kanye is saying. Kanye is saying, like, you could talk about so many other people, so many other cultures, nothing happens. But when you say something about Jewish people owning everything, like, look, growing up, people knew if you wanted to get off.
There's some truth to it, then. Like
that's what I'm saying. But people saying, again, liars do not want the truth to come out. Again, if you're so on point, knowing that you're got your facts and this, that, and the other, it shouldn't be hard to debunk whatever Kanye is saying. Come with your facts, boom, 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 boom. Shut the hell up. This guy's crazy. But again, what they didn't normally do to you, they normally gonna say that you're a pedophile, you're crazy before they do something to you. You feel what I mean? Before they make it seem like, you feel what I'm saying? So people won't, when you say something that's factual, people are like, man, he just crazy. He don't know what he talking about. But again, when it comes to I don't think he's saying, I know what came out his mouth, but you gotta understand, Kanye is just talking and he's not thinking that people gonna take a lot of things literally when you say all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that, people find ways to use something so you cannot look at what the real issue he's talking about is. Black people. Yeah. You're talking about the George Floyd thing. Oh, George Floyd. But he's like, no, it's not about George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? It's about this. It's about that. Again, Marcus, if I say 95% of some real shit, when I said 5% some dumb shit, like, so you just forgot about the 95% of the real shit that's factual? No, you're going to eat me on the 5%. You know what I mean? Give me the business, and then you go motherfucking give me your opinion on the 95. But again, when people try to make it seem like this, I remember a few years back, he had a concert, and people saying he had a rant. And then I listened to the rant. It was not a rant. He was saying some real logical shit. But again, you pay your money not to go hear a speech. You pay your money to see a concert. But again, I feel you complain and say that, but don't say he had a rant. When I hear people say this guy was ranting out his mouth, I'm thinking he's speaking gibberish. So again, when you use certain words to say something and I didn't see it, I didn't hear it, I don't know nothing about it, I'm just gonna be like, this motherfucker just talking some dumb shit. But when you actually listen to it, you like, damn, it's kind of how we was with Ben Roethlisberger. You see, I'm still calling him burglar. But then when we read the actual story, we like, damn, all this time we've been calling him burglar. And you hear the story with context, you like, damn, we've been tripping this whole time. So again, I think that's what it is. And that be my issue, where we got technology. You got a library on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Do the research. Look at these people comments. Look at this, that, and the other. And come with your own conclusion. Don't agree with me. Don't agree with Marcus. Don't agree with Kanye. Agree with us if you think that it's true. You know what I mean? But again, if you don't, then don't agree with it. It's not going to change anybody. Well, it's not going to change my life, Marcus, anybody's life. Just again, over here on the MarcWes Sports Podcast, we talk about just conversation, having a conversation. Me and Marcus don't agree on a lot of shit. I remember when we first started on podcast, we was clashing, like, you feel me? But I'm like, yo, me and him had a conversation, chilled, vibe, and it's like, just have the conversation. Once we had that conversation, it's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We really, truly on the same page. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it needs to be. People need to learn how to conversate. People need to stop being so not even petty, but so judgmental without actually doing their own research. And for me, the way they silencing these people, I don't like that. I love the plain fact that Elon Musk gonna wind up getting Twitter. And now I'm not saying that, and you got to take the good with the bad, because when it comes to Twitter now, the word nigga done went up like by 50%. You feel me? For people using it on social media, on Twitter, you know. But again, you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta have the real conversations, then you gonna have the people spewing the hate. But me, I'm not going for the hate. So that's how people gotta look at what's going on right now. Stop following the leader being sheep and just going on what the media say. You feel what I'm saying? Do your own research. It don't take time to actually look up videos and conversations that people are having and just come up with your own conclusion. And that's the way that we're going to go ahead and make the world a better place, is when we have these conversations. But when you try to shut somebody down and not have them say something, then I'm going to believe that person is like you're lying. When he's saying that you control everything and everybody's canceling him and nobody want to be around him because they're scared too, then there's some source of power there, Marcus. Like, for real. Like, come on, man.
Yo. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing for me. It's like, I mean, I made the point already. I mean, Black people get talked bad about, Muslims get talked bad about, Mexicans, Caribbean people, but because there's anti-Semitic words when it comes to Jewish people, all of a sudden there's an uproar. Well, it maybe seems like there's some truth to it then, because
the thing that anti-Semitic out. They just people talking shit about Jewish people. The same way you said people talk shit about Black people, Mexican people. It shouldn't be, anti-Semitic. No, people just talking shit about Jewish people. You know what I mean? Just that whole word anti-Semitic just has a negative connotation.
That's what I'm saying. That whole word here in 2022 is like, okay, so this is like a new word that people are going to use when they feel like someone says something that there needs to be some kind of reprimand for. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just think it's bogus. I think it's, you know, it's you deny people their own opinion. I mean, they can't even repost stuff or promote stuff like Kyrie did. And I'm usually against Kyrie for the most part, but I think if you like something, you know, I mean, everything that you like or everything you retweet is going to be analyzed 1,000%, especially if you are in the industry or you're a famous person. People are going to analyze it and break it down or whatnot. So as an athlete, I think he should be more conscious of that and just more aware of what you put out there. There will be some questions. You know, the thing I have with Kyrie is, I don't know if you saw this, but somebody in the media asked about it. You know, like after a game, I think they asked him about it or asked him about promoting it. It's really, I think people in press conferences and in the media, when somebody questions you, and this is kind of like in human nature too, like if somebody questions you about something, a lot of the times people get defensive. I mean, they're like, well, why are you questioning me? I don't have a right to do that, or I don't have a right to promote that. We're not saying that. I'm speaking on behalf of the media. We're not saying that you can't do that. We just want you to explain yourself, you know, because a lot of people need some more information. They need some more context of what you did, because a lot of people in the public are going to see the word anti-Semitic and make their own judgments. So now I'm giving you the opportunity to really explain yourself so you can kind of clear the air, because if not, people are going to continue to judge you and bash
Marcus.
Anti-Semitic.
No, Marcus,
to explain yourself, to clear things up, to make things more clear for people. Because Marcus, generally, if I just saw that, I'm going to say, it's Kyrie being Kyrie.
That's what I was saying.
Because he never had a chance to explain yourself, or you guys didn't have a chance to really explain it to me exactly what happened.
See, but
so if he did explain himself, though, however, then I would have a better understanding of what the whole situation is. But if you being defensive in that moment, saying, "Oh, you're dehumanizing me," dehumanizing you, we're giving you an opportunity to explain yourself, and then you're just gonna say you're dehumanizing me. Then that makes me feel like, okay, well, you are just trying to start trouble.
No, Marcus. No. He's saying you're dehumanizing me because you're not giving me the same rights and opportunities that you, a regular person, has. Forget that I have this platform. Forget that I'm this superhero to a lot of people. I should be able to post whatever I want. And not just that, if I post this book, what you need to do is read the damn book. Why do I need to go ahead and explain the book to you?
I'm gonna read the book and still have my own opinions.
That's what I know, CC. But you're gonna do that. They're not doing that. They're so lazy that they just want.
I'm not going to read the book straight up, and most people will not. But since you are going to take the time to promote something or retweet something or post something on your page, then you need a caption. You need to let me know why are you posting this, because it just looks like you just being racist to a certain genre.
Yeah, it may seem like that, but again, when in his news conference, he kind of explained it. I seen the conference. He kind of explained it. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, yo, like, we're not going to sit here all day and, having me explain this, that, and the other. Like, that's not happening. That's not what we're doing today. I explained to you what happened. Like, that's the whole reason why I gave you my way of thinking, where he's like, yo, I watched something, I found it interesting. I went ahead and doubled back myself, did some more research. I seen this book. I read the book. And then I pulled it up.
I pulled up the actual words of what he said. He said, so he was asked about why he was promoting this. And then he said, can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting? Let's move on. Don't dehumanize me up here. I can post whatever I want and shut it down and move on to the next question. I don't have to understand anything from you. So,
which is true. He's not promoting it. He just posted it. The only reason why people think it's a promotion is because it's Kyrie. But if it was regular Joe Schmo, nobody would care. But because it's Kyrie, then you're saying I'm promoting.
He doesn't know he's Kyrie. He doesn't know that he's Kyrie, though. He doesn't know that he's a famous person. He doesn't know that he's going to get questioned by the media. He doesn't know that everything that he posts is going to be analyzed 12 times, 13, 15 times. Don't act like you don't know.
Yeah, but this guy's the guy that said flat Earth.
The question was not valid, is what I'm saying. Don't act like the question was not valid, and the intent was to dehumanize you.
Let me explain something.
That's the whole thing for me, bro.
This guy said the world was flat. Now, I don't know if it is or it is not, because I've never been to outer space. But if it is, I'm like, damn, but I'm not one of those to be like, oh my God, he's completely crazy, because I do not know. I really don't. No, you know what I'm saying?
He is completely crazy. Come on, bro.
No, you can't say someone is completely crazy. No, you can't say that.
So you believe
you can't say that because you said that about Tua. You was wrong about Tua. You could be wrong about this. I don't know. That's my whole thing.
You think the world could be flat? Do you think the world could be flat?
I don't really know. I don't even think about the world.
How is that even possible? So how is the sun here down and it's light in Europe or something like that? If the world was flat, tell me that. That's just a simple question.
Marcus, the reason why I don't know is because I'm not one of those individuals that just studies that type of stuff. Now, if I was somebody,
that's just common sense. That's just common sense.
Yeah, but common sense ain't common. But again, I'm not saying that you're right or he's right. I'm just saying, like, hey, it's maybe a possibility. Hey, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. I don't really care. Huh?
You think it's
I don't really care if it's flat or if it's not. look, Marcus, I don't know if the world is flat or round, but there's old maps. Like, I'm gonna try to find them shits and send that shit to you. There's old maps and old stuff that shows that the world was flat. They used to teach that the world was flat. They used to teach this, and they look. I need to send you some shit. Look, Marcus. I need to send you to see again. Look, we're living with gravity and all that shit, you know. And a lot of people would think that's impossible, but it's possible. I don't damn know. We got supposedly extraterrestrials or aliens or something like that. We got our own government coming out saying that there's UFOs and certain things that they don't know what the hell they are. They're not of this planet. We have a treaty of our own Eisenhower signing with extraterrestrials. Now, again, you can look on your online and you can find it. Someone that don't look at that is gonna be like, man, they crazy as hell until you go research it and just put Eisenhower signed treaty with aliens, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, really? How the hell? So for me, I'm the type of person that anything is possible. I'm an anything possible type of guy until you prove to me that it's not. I'm open to everything. You know what I'm saying? So again, we once thought that people couldn't have sex changes, and that's possible now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of possibilities that we don't know. You feel me? There's a lot of parts of the ocean we haven't seen. We only seen or explored 10% of the ocean. There's probably 90% of other creatures and other shit that I don't even know about. I do not know, but I am open to that. I'm not one of those people that's closed minded and be like, oh, nah, because I don't think that it's true, that it's not true.
I'm closed minded to the world is flat shit. That shit is dumb. That shit is dumb.
Until something comes out and says that it's flat. Until something comes out and says that it's flat, then you're gonna be like, oh my damn God, what's going on?
That's not going to happen ever in life. It's never going to happen. What the hell?
Marcus, I don't know. Is what I'm saying. I do not know, because if there's UFOs or extraterrestrials,
so you don't believe in the satellites? What you see from a satellite that you've seen on TV or whatnot, you think that could possibly be not real?
There's a lot of stuff I see in movies though. That shit look real as shit. They look like they're in outer space. And,
hey, get out of here, Wes. I ain't talking about the Predator, bro. I'm talking about like real life.
I'm being real. Like we don't like. Look, man. Look,
it's not wrong. Look, like weather, for example, right? Like because of technology, we're able to see hurricanes because of satellites, right?
But we're
able to see hurricanes come into certain areas, and then we prepare, and then boom, a hurricane comes. You think that's just coincidence?
I'm not saying that's coincidence, but again, like there's certain things that
those same satellites are showing a curvature for the world, showing that the world is.
Hey, I don't look if it's flat or there's a certain. If it can be not true if people's again, if you're somebody trying to hide something, then you're gonna hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we have old maps that the world is flat. We have like they used to teach all the way to. I need to find it. And I'm gonna send it to you. But again, when I send it to you, you gotta take the time. You gotta take the time to actually watch it. And when you do watch it, if you find any discrepancies, then you need to double back and do research behind whatever I sent you. That's what I'm saying.
These old maps, were they before or after satellites?
They were before satellites.
I don't gotta say nothing else, Tim.
You don't gotta say nothing. I
don't gotta say nothing else, man, bro. I mean, we can move on to something else, but like, I understand what you're saying. I understand your point, but not about the world is flat. I'm sorry, bro. Like that is no. Come on, man.
Look.
Come on.
He said the world is flat. He didn't want to take the jab. We see that people still getting that shit. People still dying behind that shit, even after getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stand on what you believe on and call it a day. I'm not gonna knock him for having his own views. You know what I'm saying? I am not going to be one of those individuals that's going to say, Marcus, no, you got to listen to Wes. Wes is right. Marcus is wrong. This is not Matilda. I'm not big and you're small and I know what I'm talking about and you don't. No, everybody got their own opinions and you should go ahead and just have your opinion. But again, I'm the type of individual, conversation is everything. Again, we could agree to disagree on a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. I just don't respect him as a teammate. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't want to take the jab, whatever, that's your prerogative. But go get traded to another team. Don't just stay on the team and just hurt the team and then just be mad when you get knocked out of the first round of the playoffs.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Though,
like,
notice though now. You don't need the jab to be in the NBA no more. So basically, they were forcing you to do something that today, a year later, you didn't really need to do. So for him, he's prideful on his stats.
That's your opinion, and the other opinion, the opposite opinion, could be like, okay, well, because of the jab, that's the reason why we don't have this issue anymore, and that's why we're not requiring the jab anymore.
Now we got a new one. I forgot the name of this. Amara Khan. And then they came out with the monkeypox. There's always something, man. Look, we had
none of that was as deadly as COVID-19. Let's be honest and let's be real about it. So this was this was a real global pandemic or whatnot. And if you didn't take it, great. If you did, great. I mean, some people are more cautious than others, and some people are more prideful in how they want to take a stance on things than others. I mean, people have different opinions. People walk different ways. I'm not judging anybody for however they guided themselves through that situation. I'm just talking about him with the team. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of people I'm sure that was probably against doing that, but he's like, yo, why am I do this? If I'm here to win, then I need to go to another team. Why I need to take the jab? Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna just not take the jab and then hurt my team and then come in and then like, look. And when I pass you the ball, I'm just like, this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't they healthy this year? Aren't they still garbage?
I'm thinking
they're healthy this year and they're still garbage. You feel me? So it doesn't matter if he took it or he didn't took it. It's the same exact team from last year without Drummond, basically, and they're garbage. So it didn't matter if he took it, if he didn't took it. They still losing. They still a suspect as hell. It doesn't matter. But again, for him,
I think they would have won more games if Kyrie would have played more. That's just my opinion because I respect him as a basketball player. I think if he would have played more, they would have won more, and they would have had a better chance to advance in the playoffs. But
until they play somebody with defense, until they play with somebody
like the Miami Heat. You're right, but I just feel like Kyrie, that I don't like that whole situation with the taking the jab or not. And I don't like the fact that you want to call this reporter dehumanizing you when he gives you an opportunity to explain yourself. Look, I just don't like that.
I feel you, but you know what you can do when you don't want to, if you think what he's talking about is crazy, don't ask him about it. Don't give him no attention on that topic that you think is not, it's a lie, is valid, and some bullshit. Just don't talk about that. Talk about the basketball game. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to like empower him like that if that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you question him, what you think gonna happen? The guy said the world is flat. You don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe it. The guy didn't want to take the vaccine or the jab. That's his personal opinion. I do not care. The guy reads certain things that people may find offensive. Who cares? That is his life. When he dies,
that part I don't care. I mean, that part is
gonna go on himself. Again, that's what I'm saying. See, but Marcus, you're rational. You see, you're rational. We're having an open conversation on that. Even though we don't agree on a flat earth, even though I don't know, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just like, damn, I'm just open to it. You feel me? Like, I don't know.
To be closed on that shit.
You know, see, but look, see, so you close-minded to the UFOs, right?
Not to the UFOs because there's not enough evidence. But with the flat Earth, there's enough evidence for me to be like, nah, this ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever UFOs, evidence is it?
There's not enough for you to prove to me that could not be true.
Well, whatever evidence that they do actually got, I never did the actual research besides going to school and having the globe in the classroom that's saying this, that, and the other. I didn't go out of
I
space. I
gave
didn't
you
go
the
on.
logic, bro. I gave you the logic about the time. First of all, the time difference. It right when the whole world be dark all at once. You know,
Yeah,
if
that
if the
makes.
whole world was flat,
See, the
when the whole
markets.
world be dark all at once,
I
and then with the
agree
whole thing
with
with
you.
weather.
See, but I agree with you, but I'm not the right person to be having that argument about if the world is flat or not, because I don't have no rebuttals behind what you're saying about any evidence that would say that it is flat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the wrong person to say that. I'm just saying I'm open minded to it. Now, if you're somebody that had the research and the facts that can show me on your end, and then you got somebody that's showing me facts on their end, I gotta just make my own conclusion. But I'm saying I don't have the evidence right now to really be arguing about if the word are flat or not. I'm just saying I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But regardless of the fact, this is not going to be the first. This is not going to be the last time Kyrie says something that people don't agree with. This is not going to be the first or the last time Kanye West say something that people agree with. This is not going to be the first and the last time that you agree with anybody. You're always going to have someone that you disagree with, that you don't like their aura, you don't like their energy, you don't like what they're saying. Look, that's the part of life. I don't like everybody. I don't say good morning to everybody.
Yeah, the thing is though, is that he's part of a multi-million business, right? And these people who own the teams, own the NBA, they worried about the image, they worried about, I mean, he plays in New York where there's more Jewish people than anywhere else in America. And you saying stuff about that is anti-Jewish, and then the team, then those Jewish people are going to look at the team and be like, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna say nothing to him. Y'all ain't gonna suspend him or anything like that." And the NBA gonna say the same thing. Y'all ain't gonna do anything about this. So that's the reason why they have to say something or do something just to make it seem like.
Let me give you a good analogy to that. Colin Kaepernick, he spoke on something that a lot of people didn't like. He explained it. People still don't understand. He still lost his job. He still can't find a job. And what he was saying was facts. George Floyd happened after. You feel me? Like what we're still going through right now is still factual and facts, but people are going to say that it's a lie. People don't want to have that conversation. So again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if what these guys are saying is factual or not. But when you don't want to even much have the conversation, someone sounds like they lying. Someone sounds like they trying to hide something. I don't have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? And if you know that this guy is crazy and don't know what he's talking about, come out with your book and your facts and call it a day. And then you're going to debunk anything that he says. And that whole notion of them being crazy, yes, you have the facts now to show that this guy is crazy. He said this. I got the facts that's saying that it's a lie. This a lie. This a lie. This a lie. It's just like you watching Judge Judy. Someone's going to be the plaintiff. Someone going to be the defendant. It's us as people to be the judge of it. Individual judges of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you got to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be one of those in the audience when they say applaud and you're applauding it, but the shit ain't funny, but the shit ain't factual. I'm going to come up and be one of those Judge Judys and come up with my own conclusion. I know when someone's right and when someone's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And for having an opinion, even if you said F black people and you're white, that's your opinion. You feel me? That is your opinion, And then when you say, when they go behind it and be like, I'm saying that because this, that, and the other, it may be trauma that happened to them and their family that made them come to that conclusion. I don't know. But again, at the end of the day, like, look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, man. You feel what I'm saying? People need to stop being sensitive. And there's going to be a lot of sensitive conversations, especially when it comes to religion. Who was the first? Who was the real religion? Who was the this, doing that? Yo, they tell you don't talk politics or religion at work. Why is that? It's going to be heated. You know what I'm saying? So, again, people agree to disagree, man, and move on.
Yeah. Kyrie just has to, like you said, see, that's the thing with famous people. social media now is kind of like the workplace for them. That's like going to the break room and talking, you know? And like when you start talking about religion or politics in your virtual break room, that's when people will be like, yeah, you can't say that. It's an unfortunate situation for people who are in that light, you know?
So be like that with everybody. Be like that when they talk about black people, Mexican people.
That's what
Be
I
like
was
that
saying
when they talk about everybody.
that's what I was saying at the beginning. That's
Yeah, I
exactly what I
know.
was saying at the beginning. Like, come on, like if you're gonna be that way and say that he can't say this or has an opinion about Jewish people, then say that about everybody in the public eye who says stuff about every religion or race.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, but hey, you seen what happened, man, recently, man? This shit keep happening over and over again, month after month, year after year since we was Jits, man. You feel me? You got Pac Big, PNB Rock. Now you got
Yeah.
Migos, man. You got Takeoff. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, unfortunate situation. I ain't gonna speak on it too long because it's like I'm saying the same shit. We just did a podcast on PNB Rock. You know what I'm saying? Um, that shit just fucked up how black people can't go nowhere. Like, not for real. Yo, fight. Whoop his ass.
Yeah, just like Pop
Man,
said, put up your dukes.
yeah.
Now you man.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, like that's what you do. Like, I don't understand why, like, we need to keep having these conversations. Like, and Takeoff is the quiet one too in the group, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I seen the video. He was just, from my understanding, it was Quavo and Takeoff basically trying to de-escalate the situation between two people that was beefing at the actual party, and it was a private party too. So I'm like, you won't think nothing like that's gonna happen at a private party. This ain't no hood party. But again, at the end of the day, like I was telling Chris, man, this is why I don't go to certain shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody know West hothead. You know what I'm saying? Like what the old West. You feel me? Because this new West that's married, they got my wife, my kids. I got other people that depend on me. Like I ain't going. You feel me? If it ain't something that like it's some family oriented shit, I'm not going. No, I am not going. If there's a whole lot of black people with not real security, meaning police, I'm not going. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the office. I'm not going to Cheetahs. I'm not going to certain shit. No, I'm going to Tootsie's
I think Cheetahs is safe.
Cheetahs, but it is, but it ain't. It ain't Tootsie's.
It's kind of in the middle.
It's kind of in the middle. Now, I don't want to be in the middle. I need to know, like, I am good. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, you can't go out and vibe. Like, PNB Rock died going out to eat. Even though he did some dumb shit, wearing them stakes around his neck for them pit bulls in California to go ahead and kill him. But, for that to happen, man, crazy situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that basically showed you that you can't be around people, man. Make your money and be home. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not in Atlanta, he's in Houston. You're supposed to be, people's like, check in. You got Jay Prince's son there. Shit like that not supposed to be happening with Jay Prince's son there. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause those one of those you gotta check in type people. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You chilling with them and something still happen. So what that tell you? That shit don't mean nothing. Well, you feel me? Ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen positive 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning if you're not at home. You know what I'm saying? You need to be home. Home. You know what I'm saying? At the crib. Period. And I'm just like mad that he had to die like that. You feel me? I seen his brains on the damn floor leaking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, I didn't see all that.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That shit. You feel me? That's what they gonna do. You feel me? They did that to Nipsey. They did that to PNB Rock. They did that to him. all our people that people look up to, they're gonna show you at their worst moment. They did that to Triple X in the car with the door open and him slumped, and people thinking like, is he still alive? You know, I don't see no blood on, but you see a dead body right there. Like, this is how they want to see us. You feel what I'm saying? Look what they did to Tua. You feel what I'm saying? You don't post him, cringing, with his hands right there. You change it. You feel me? When that dude from Boston had broke his ankle, you feel me? Something Gordon, that went straight to commercial. You feel what I'm saying? They're not replaying that, showing that. But when it comes to people that look like me and you, they're going to show that. You know what I mean? To perpetuate that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, I'm just done with that shit, man.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, every time I hear a rapper dies, I mean, it's sadly, I'm used to it. Sadly, I feel like every year we're gonna lose somebody in hip hop, and it's sad because, and then for me, because I jumped on Migos kind of late in the game for as far as me listening, and I think they all are pretty talented when it comes to rapping, and it's some, and not only that, it's like he's a superstar. It's not like he's just a regular rapper. People like overseas know who Migos is. It's not like he was, I don't know, somebody like Coley or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Who's more like local or people in America know him. These are global stars, and for them to just not be more conscious of the circles that they were in or the party, for it to be something like that. Or I heard Quavo was the one who really kind of escalated the situation.
No. He was de-escalating it. Two groups was trying to. Yeah, he was the middleman. He's not the middleman, but the one, like, you the boss. You the one that got more money than everybody over here. You feel what I'm saying? People probably gonna listen to you. You feel me? If you're like, man, y'all need to chill, this, that, and the other. And he seen that Dill was not trying to hear it after like talking to him for a while. And he was like, all right, come on, let's go. You feel me? As soon as he said, all right, come on, let's go. That's when, something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's ready to leave, like, all right, whatever, man. Y'all don't wanna resolve this. Me and my peoples, we out. Right when he said it, like literally a second later, you know what I'm saying? Really? Like, come on, man. But hey, it's gonna keep happening. Especially when you're around certain people like that. Like, again, me, like, I got a lot of homeboys. I rarely chill with them like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, my homeboys, they have the clubs every day. You feel me? I can go in for free. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation that's gonna take me away from my family. I am sorry. Ain't like, look, why are you going to the club? I don't dance. What? Were you trying to holler at hoes? I got a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, what? I'm gonna spend $200-300 for a bottle. Y'all know when y'all come over here, I stay with the bottle on deck. I stay we gonna be right. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. So, like, why am I over there? Why am I there? You feel me? Like, come on, man. There's no reason why I'm there. You feel me? I'm not single anymore. You feel me? I have a professional job. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen in those environments. Why am I there? Because I want to be down. Nah, I'm sorry, boy. I'm the one that people be wanting to be around. I don't need to be around y'all. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, again, and that's how people need to go ahead and think. You feel me? But, again, everybody be having stuff to prove to people. Like, I don't like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't really got nothing else to really say about it. It's just another unfortunate situation. Nipsey, Pop Smoke. I mean, you could just go down the line and just all the rappers that died. I mean,
Boosie was almost victim. Like, come on, man.
I mean, it's just, it's an unfortunate situation. Unfortunately, hip hop is, let's be honest, it's a bunch of hood people that are in hip hop, and sometimes the hood never comes out of hip hop.
I had seen some shit like with Charlemagne, when Charlemagne had asked one of the same execs that Kanye was speaking now, that ride the backs of black people and get rich. And, Charlemagne was like, why do you promote these people then? You talking righteous right now here on this interview, but why are you signing these artists that's perpetuating violence and this, that, and the other? And the dude basically kind of saying like, I still got to make money. I still got to really, you know what I mean? So money is more important than the lives of the millions of people that's being lost behind the music that you're putting out there. You know what I'm saying? You seen Jamaica just banned music that promotes violence and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, yeah, Jamaica just banned that type of music. Can't play that type of music over there no more. You know what I'm saying? Which is
a lot of artists can't play their stuff though. Like,
there you go.
Like,
you see what I'm
saying? Capleton, that stuff was violent. You know, Movado, that stuff was violent.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bunch of violent artists. I mean, Vybz Kartel sometimes he is violent, you know.
Hey, especially
and those are their biggest stars. Those are some of the biggest stars of Jamaica. That's crazy if they're not going to play any of that music.
Hey, it is what it is. I like it, but I don't like it because I still feel like people should have the freedom of expression. You know what I mean? But again, it's on me. If I don't like the music, then I'm not going to listen to the music. Like, you know, you can't be my dad to say, oh, nah, you can't go outside. No, that's not how the world works, because it's like, who are you to try to dictate that power on me? You're a regular human like me. You just got a label. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yeah, I like it, but I don't like it because I see how they try to think. But I don't like it because you're taking out the rights of people to be able to freely speak, express themselves in certain ways. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, it is not, you know, it is what it is. The world is changing. Freedom of speech is going. You feel me? Freedom of speech is going. You feel me? Eventually, we won't be able to talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? The only way we're going to be talking about it if we at the crib. And eventually, they're going to have stuff all over the house to hear what you're saying inside your house. I hear they already have it.
They already have that. They already have that. We just don't know. You know how to fed.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like we're on a podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And podcasts, I think, were created because, okay, well, I can't say this on TV, so let me just do it on my podcast. But now you can't even do that because everyone listens to podcasts.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what Kanye's saying. If you somebody, Kanye and Kyrie, if you somebody big, you got to watch your mouth. If you somebody small, then we don't care. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like that's not right. You know what I'm saying? You need to think about everybody like that. If that's the case, you feel me? Just don't single out me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why celebrities be so crabby and you know, a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you, Kanye West, you walk out your house in the garage. You remember a few years ago, and you got cameras. It's 3 a.m. You outside my damn garage. You feel me? Like, what's going on? It's just like invasion of privacy, invasion of everything that I can have as a human. Like what Kyrie is saying. Like, yo, you know, we may not like the people that's saying it, but you know, same when I was saying like, yeah, people may not like Trump, but I don't like the way that they ban him on Twitter because right now it's someone that everybody hates a lot. Well, not everybody, a lot. You see how to change that? A lot of people hate, right? Boom. Yeah. But he got the right to his freedom of speech. You feel me? That's part of our, you know, our whole what we stand on the United States. You feel me? Freedom of speech, press, religion, peaceful assembly, requesting changes of government, all that. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't like this person, you're gonna throw stones at him. But what happens when it's somebody that you like? And then now you want to have an uproar. No, you need to fight for everybody's right the same way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You know, people need to speak. People need to voice their opinions on whatever they want to speak on. You know what I'm saying? And it's you as a person, an individual person, to come up with your own conclusion. Stop thinking what everybody else is thinking. You feel me? Like me, I've always been that person. Like a lot of times when everybody went left, I went right. And I wind up being the person that was right and everybody looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the thing is that everyone either works for someone or you got a business. It's usually one or the other. So if you say something to a certain group of about a certain group of people, those people that either employ you not gonna like it and they're gonna take some kind of action, or the people that are buying whatever you're selling with your business are gonna stop buying whatever you're selling with your business.
And that's
So
exactly what
that's
Kanye
why
did.
that's why it matters.
See, but again, that's why Kanye, that's why Bill Cosby worked up certain money to, change that narrative. You feel me? And then what they do, all these women came with these allegations, the Supreme Court let them out. Boom. But that's gonna change the minds of a lot of people. What did Kanye West say? That he's gonna go ahead and buy some platform where you could go ahead. It's like Instagram, but you're gonna go ahead and be able to speak freely. You know what I'm saying? On there, And I remember I told you early in our podcast, if you're someone and you're the United States, I'm Russia. The first places I'm trying to attack is your media and your TV. Because you, Marcus, could be winning. You're the United States. You're winning the war. And I'm actually losing, but I took your media and I'm going to tell the rest of the people that you're losing, give up. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to go ahead and give up. You know what I'm saying? So again, when it ultimately comes down to it, Kanye West, I respect a person that knows that they're going to lose a lot. You feel me? To have whatever opinions that they actually have. You got to be a strong person to not care about the money, not care about your image, not care about none of that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Because,
for that reason, I respect people like Kaepernick and I respect people like Kyrie, because you lost a lot of stuff. You knew you was going to lose a lot of stuff by the actions that you did, but you felt so strongly about your opinion that you felt like it had to get out anyway.
Now, Marcus, he's not saying that he agreed with them. And that be the thing. You see, they'll try to throw you under the bus. He's not saying he agreed with them. But just to know that I could commend somebody that that you're going to lose all this. You feel me? Those people that go to war on war, you're probably going to die and never come back, but you still went to go fight for your country. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what people need to actually be on. And hopefully we have a lot more people that stand on what they believe in. And trust me, I do agree with Marcus when you say, a lot of people have stuff to lose. So a lot of people don't speak. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that. But these few people, they know and they don't care. You feel me? And, we both agree.
It paused up real quick.
So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But, you have anything else?
Nah, that's it. I think we talked a lot on this.
But we talked a lot. I thought we were gonna be done by like 7:30. I'm like, boy, I know.
We discussed a lot. That whole Kyrie thing just, took us through a whole tangent there, but it was good stuff though. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So go Canes, go Dolphins. We didn't even talk about the Dolphins game. We already know they're gonna win. So
they're gonna win. It's Chicago. Come on, man.
In Chicago, Chicago's got a good defense, but their offense is trash. So this probably gonna be like another one of the Pittsburgh games, but maybe a little bit worse as far as Chicago's concerned. I think we'll score more points than what we did against Pittsburgh.
You know why we gonna lose? You know why we gonna win? Chicago done traded so much because they waiting on them draft picks. They trying to capitalize on the draft picks. The more games you win, the more games that your ass fall back to what you really want to get. So they trying to lose. Don't worry about it. We're gonna win.
They got Chase Clay. They got Chase Claypool, a middle tier wide receiver. That ain't make no sense, but whatever.
Hey.
We'll see what happens. It's gonna be cold up there in Chicago, Windy City. I hope our quarterback, like you said, he built for cold weather, comes through and the almighty Tua comes through for Dade County.
Definitely. Right. The arm will prevail, and we'll start another podcast with a victory podcast. So if there ain't anything else, because we know the Dolphins gonna win. Until the next episode on the MarcWes Sport Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.